that you are not only fighting, you are not fighting mostly, you have not started fighting a war of gun and bullets. The fight you are fighting right now is not a fight of gun and bullet yet. It is a fight of diplomacy. You are fighting against principalities and power from the high places. You know what is a high places? High places is that place when they descend on you, you will never know that you ever existed. Those are high places. And that principalities and power, that principality there is a principle. Just like the one they tell you is a foreign policy. It's part of the principalities we are fighting. Just like the one they tell you it's a sovereignty. You cannot threaten a sovereignty of a nation. Something like that. It is a principality. Just like the one they tell you that there is no referendum in your constitution. It is a principality. These are principalities that we must navigate. To navigate these principalities, it was something that people came together and they initiate and implement it. Now you have to make sure that you start working from there first. Then the result it gives you determine if you are going to carry out a now full-blown war, or you call it full-blown armed struggle. But you have never engaged in any of these principles or principalities, as you may know it, because some of you believe it's a spiritual something. It is not a spiritual something. It is word spoken and the word written in a black and white. Word spoken and written. Principles, law. These are the things we are actually up against right now. Do you think that the Europeans have not accepted that they exploited Africa through art and craft? They exploited us through art and craft. But will you now go to England now and say, I'm going into the museum, I'm going to take off all the art and craft they have stolen from us? No, you cannot do it. You have to implement that principle that will now expose them to the world. For them now to have a shame because they claim they are preaching democracy. They are preaching freedom for people. They are preaching what is called human rights. So that principle now have to counter that hypocrisy that they are representing. If you cannot tackle that areas, how then are you going to go to war? Who is your alliance? Which, Finland government, where the Ectoparasite is, does not have any military alliance. That is the reason why Ectoparasite had the opportunity to see army uniform and go to shooting range of military. That is the only reason why he saw army uniform. Because Finland does not have military alliance. So if they start a war tomorrow, nobody is going to support them. Is it sinking in? That is just it. That is the reason why every Finland citizen must wear military uniform. Every Finland citizen, as long as you are less than 30, as long as you are less than 30, you must wear military uniform, because there is no military alliance. So that if war has to break up, there is nobody, you will know how to carry your brother to run. You will know how to, build a what do you call it? A resistance. You will know how to build a resistance to protect your family. So when war break out, you will know how to get first aid to protect your loved ones. That is the reason why, so that they will not bring constraint to their soldiers, foot soldiers, and the people on air, you will be able to monitor and do one or two within your area, within your reach. But now the same person is in Finland. That Finland implemented this principle in order to make themselves, more available in case of eventuality. The same person is in Finland telling you need to fight a jet to go to war. Where is his soldiers? Where is military alliance? Who is going to supply you weapons? Have you asked that? No, you have not. He believed that full-blown war is the only thing he can use to to exploit you, because you want it at all costs, because Nigeria have dealt with you. And having seen that you want it, I have not seen the zeal, because some of you want a gun so that you will use it and go and start committing crime. That is exactly the way it is. You want a firearm to use it and start committing crime because you cannot afford it. And is that how you are going to get your freedom? Two parts of us will be cut off. So, this format is using to deceive you every day and night. You don't want to, get out of it. Understand that, no, I can't be falling on the same type of format every day, every month. In the past 12 months, the same format. You never ever come out of it. What is wrong with China Samworu saying let's bury our dead bodies, our loved ones, in 3 days, when we are supposed to be burying them immediately? Except if they are Ndinzanandozo, that you need to do some ritual in order to bury them. That was how our tradition was. They turn it upside down and say it is Islamic law because they don't have direction or dimension. They only speak the format, knowing that you have lower spirit or lower brain, or you have a very, atomic brain. It does not work. Maybe it is dead because of the suffering and oppression that Nigeria has given to you. Because of that, you don't ask questions. You don't ask anything. This guy who want to give me Biafra in 2023, where do you come from? Nwam kekene bis. Onwa melengi shi aputad. Elo onye wo mpagi. Ondika no onye wo nna yo. Iga juoni anu juoye bosi. This one you never ask the person who is going to give you Biafra. A mysterious person want to give you Biafra. You agree. You don't know that. You don't even know. You don't even know if he's a Igbo speaking Fulani. You don't know that. But you are buying his story. That makes you the most ignorant fool. Uninformed. Your ignorance stinks. It stinks. Now they are going to turn against Mazen Nnamdi Kanu because we have blown their cover, we have blown everything. Now they will now tell you that they are Anambra State election. They are going to use conspiracy that is they are going to tangle around Anambra State election in order to tell you now, to try to turn this idiot to Nenworo brain against Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. In this broadcast, I have given you some secrets. It is only those wise ones will understand it. I dropped a bombshell. It is only wise ones who will understand it. It is not a word that need to be particular for everybody. It is only the wise ones that will pick up the bombshell. Now, the Anambra State election is what they are going to start using now. That they will now start saying that Obi is now going to use them. Obi is now going to use them. That's how it will start. Now, Obi now, they are now supporting Obi. Of course, it has started already. They are now supporting Obi that they will now bring back a political solution. You see that political solution they've been using, they refrain from using it. They will bring it back. Watch and see. You see political solution, they will bring it back. They will now start telling you these are people who are going for political solution. Because they don't have direction. They don't have direction. Because you are illiterate. That is the reason why. Because the lack of direction, you are following them still. It means you are illiterate. Because a well-learned person, just like he will come and tell you that he's calling for doctors, he's calling for what did he call it? He was looking for doctors, nurses, and all these people in order to come and join him because maybe he want to start a war. Ask him which lawyer releases all this autopilot in Biafra land when they get arrested. Which lawyer is releasing them? You don't have a lawyer. It's your job. You don't have a lawyer. You want to go into armed struggle. You don't have any lawyer who releases your people, but you are calling on them to come out and to go in. You didn't make any provision for them. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu made provision for IPOB before we start even coming to protest in Biafra land. True or false? But this man, a most selfish person I have ever seen. Just like Azuka. Mwanya akata. Ndono na dia chodi. This guy. But him and Azuka, I will give them the next 6 months might be very far. 6 months might be very far. They will now understand each other very well. And Ossetia. Now, you see, they will say that we are going for political solution. That we are going for Igbo presidency. That is what they are going to start with now. Because they want to start calling the name of the words. Hachi Ipobo Kwafa. If Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has to be released tomorrow, then you will see the real people. You will see the reason. You will see what is the real agenda of autopilot. You will see the real agenda of autopilot. If Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has to be released tomorrow, you will see their real agenda. And it will always will be connected to P2B. It will be connected to P2B. That is the last phase of their game. And that is where some of them will be captured. Some of them will hide in shame. And some of them will never forgive themselves. That is how the fairy tale is going to end. Because they are going to make a move that is bigger than them. The move they could not establish the stepping stone in the last 12 months. So they want to now make that move. Whether they establish any foundation that will enable them to make the move, they wouldn't have a choice than to make that move now. And that is the end of it. We need to get ready. Because a lot of propaganda is going to come up. Just like they brought one Gota media or what they wrote in the computer and tell you, because their information, they are the only one who is accessing it. telling you that IPOB made a U-turn in 3 days burial. That is how the starting point. They will tell you that is the starting point. They will tell you that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu does not have his own decision. That is what their starting point. But I'm giving you a clue. They will start that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu does not have any decision. They will start with Mazen Nnamdi Kanu because he wants to please everybody. They will start with many things, and that is the reason why they have to do their own thing the way they are doing it. But now, since you know Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is being pushed from pillar to post, why don't you remove yourself from his structure? Why don't you use your name and create your own thing? Start fighting for our freedom. If we want, we join you. If we don't want, you be on your own. Stop using a brand. That is prejudice. That is called prejudice. You stop using what you stop, using IPOB and the Mazen Nnamdi Kanu to exploit people in the name of fighting for their freedom, because we have already know that you are not genuine, you are not real. Even if you go to stand on your own without using these things, people will not come to you. People will not even recognize your name because you are not real. You are not real. That is the reason why you cannot start it on your own. You have to start being like Ectoparasite.